Kirsten was liquidated because she spoke truth, and Robert Davis still was liquidated because he spoke truth. What we have to do as a movement, but there are traitors in the movement. Let me say this again.
Yes,
There are traitors
Yes, there are.
and jackals in the movement who are nothing but trash.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you on Telegram, be careful, because the CIA is now running Telegram.
I'm going to be very direct. These sons of bitches are worse than the people we're fighting. And it's exactly why Ayn Rand, when she came here in the 20s, she came here to
Yes,
be a
sir.
Hollywood screenwriter. I've read all of her
Yes.
work. Outside of her atheism, I was a disciple of her philosophy, objectivist philosophy. I've read all of her work. And one thing I'll put on a side note, whenever I talk to a good friend of mine, Dr. Robert Rohn, behavioral scientist, where I got my education in behavioral science, Dr. Robert Rohn, and I told him about, this is the problem I have with Ayn Rand, because he said, what I said, everything she says resonates in my soul. It's exactly my philosophy that I couldn't articulate until her. I said, but she's an atheist. He said, why is that a problem? I said, because she's an atheist. He said, look, Scott, all truth comes from God. Doesn't matter who says it. All truth comes from God. And that was a huge weight off me. But the simple fact is, when she came here in the 20s from Russia, Soviet Russia, she said, look, the true evil in this country is not the liberals. The true evil in America, the conservatives. And that would freak out most people. She said, here's why. She said, the liberals will tell you right to your face, you give us power, we're going to socialize your country. The conservative has always said, you give us power, we'll make sure it never happens. And I've said, how's that worked out for us in the last 70 to 80 years? We're being sold over the cliff by quote unquote our people. And those in this movement, these ones I call these sons of bitches, they're traitors, are worse than the ones that we're dealing with out here. Because there are people out there that believe in them. I have some of these bastards fragging me in the back. I know what I've been doing for 30 years of my life for free. I know these clowns haven't done shit or paid a single price. And I did it all for free at great expense to my own business career. These clowns never showed up until this became something that would spotlight you on a camera or whatever else, grow an audience. Now they all want to play. But some of these ice holes are the ones that are fragging us in the back who've been doing this when they were their mother was wiping their asses. And that's the shit we got to deal with out here. It's kind of like the Marines are fragging the Army in the back. We're all in the same battlefield here. We're all trying to take, my target's always been right here. Nobody's ever heard me, Larry, say a bad thing about anybody I don't care if I agree with them or not. I have never made a negative comment publicly on anybody out here fighting this war. Now people say, bullshit, you said, oh yeah, I will counter punch like a son of a bitch to these clowns who are wrecking the movement. Right. Anyways, that being said, I got a little, I went off the rails there a little bit, but that to me is worse. These are the ones we're going to drag into the spotlight so the world can see them once we win this war. In fact, they're not going to stand behind the real killers. We're going to put them right up front and say, see these people right here in front, these traitors, they're the reason the people behind you had killed so many because we were trying to take them down. They were trying to take us out while we were trying to do it. That's the biggest problem in the movement.
That's the biggest problem because you got jackals. You got jackals, a trash in our movement coming in. The lies, man of God, said the lies. There was some guy on Telegram telling Lynn Wood, Bishop is a CIA. I said, stop. Do you think that I would be breathing if I was of the CIA and revealing what I know? Okay. So you got ignorant, you got trash and jackals in our movement. Okay. These are lies. You got people saying, Bishop, he's a member of the World Economic Forum. It's not on their website. Someone added my name on Wikipedia because you're a threat to the system. Okay. So I don't care what color you are. Okay. Just be a man. Listen, I told you I'm a black John Wick. I am a contract killer. My job is to expose the system. My job is to decapitate. And anyone who has came out against me, I told anyone that has come out against me, they're in jail, they're in prison, or they're 6 feet under. Not because I did anything, but the word of God says, touch not my anointed. and do my prophets no harm. I don't trash people, but when they come after me, I expose them. These people are more dangerous than those on the left. And this is the reason why our movement must be detoxified of this trash. Because they don't love President Trump. They don't care about President Trump. It's all about money. Okay. So
Mhm.
absolutely.
Well,
So
I'm gonna back that up with some truth here. I just had a conversation with somebody today
yes, sir.
that let's just say that I thought this was somebody that was going to have to be taken to school, Patriot Street Fighter style, for some, some lateral information going on that I got.
Mhm.
What I found out today was there was a person who had spoken for and for free at my expense, which is 5 to 12,000 per weekend to travel with my security team, etc., which I pay for all of it every weekend. I speak anywhere, and I went to speak for free, and then I
Yes,
found
sir.
out earlier they had sold maybe 35 tickets, and they said I wasn't going to be coming back to speak ever for them because of my language, but when they had 35 tickets sold, they had to make a move. Well, I'm going to bring him in. Well, that doesn't quite fit with you. What you want a message from what you said.
Right.
Yeah, but I need to sell tickets. Need to sell tickets.
Hmm.
That's just some of the bullshit I deal with over here on this side of
It
the table.
is.
And these are the
I
people
have
that
a
look you right
security
in the eye and
detail.
tell you how much they love you, look you right in the eye, how much they appreciate you, love having you come and speak, etc., etc. But look, that's not new to me. I mean, I'm honored that I can come
Woo.
and people will turn
Come on,
out
man of
and
God.
I get to love on a bunch of people. I'm honored by it.
That's
But
it.
don't
And I know
bullshit.
you got to go, but
Don't
it's
bullshit me
bullcrap.
and
I
talk
don't like the
about.
bullcrap. I don't like the lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just
And
like
you may mention that she had a sexual relationship with L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard did not create the Church of Scientology. Okay. It was a man by the name of Sidney Gottlieb in 1953 of the Central Intelligence Agency who created LSD, had contracted L. Ron Hubbard to create the Church of Scientology. And Ayn Rand was a lover of L. Ron Hubbard. But you're right. These jackals have to be exposed because what the CIA has done, they have sent moles into our movement, okay, to divide us by
Mhm.
race, by ideology, but nothing's going to separate me from you, man of God. Nothing. So these guys, anyone that calls me or calls my office in New York City, oh, don't go on that show, don't go on her. I don't have nothing to do with those people. But you got jackals in our movement, those who are claiming to be doctors and lawyers, and they don't have, they don't have enough toilet paper to wipe their behind with. It's lies, okay?
Mhm.
But you want to come after me? I tell you, I'm like Tupac. Listen, I'm not violent, but don't push me, okay? So
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to talk about today.
yeah.
There is a global liquidation of patriots. And I've got security. I have to be careful. And when I go out of the country, I don't tell no one where I'm going for that reason, because my life is on the line. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I sit in a privileged position because if any of these morons attack me, first of all, they out themselves. Because quite honestly, if I would have been whatever they say, I wouldn't have
Right.
been getting my ass kicked in businesses for 20 plus years, getting
Yes.
wiped out multiple times. They would have
Yes.
facilitated my rise where I didn't have to claw my way out of the hole every time. So that's one thing.
That's
And
it.
another thing is that my audience, I mean, the Patriot Street Fighters or Battlefield Warriors, they beat the shit out of them. So that's
Yeah.
how I find out somebody's being stupid. Somebody will drop a message and tell her, "Hey, so and so said this. Here's a clip." Before I even get to them, they're nearly pummeled by the
Yes.
audience, smoke and rubble, calling them out, man,
And
baby,
you know what?
pussies, elk toast pussies.
Yes. Was a man by the name of Dr. Benjamin Banneker, who was commissioned by George Washington to schematically build Washington, D.C. So he was the first sovereign. He was not a citizen, he was a sovereign. Okay. And so this system that we're under is a scam.